xQc highlights Hasan's hypocrisy as a class traitor.
It's not normal to be asked if you're a Jew at random and unprovoked. It literally is, dumbass. It is. We just...
Sorry, I got.
What is he talking about?
Wait,
at what point would this ever be an ordinary and normal question?
Oh my God.
If you knew anything about Judaism,
Wow, so
Hasan versus Philippe. Okay, here we go.
xQc runs into most normal Hasan fan on his Twitter homepage.
Fan account. Dude, you have to be kidding me.
Sure, we would have had sex.
Hasan is. What does it say?
Hasan, bisexual. Queer T Cinderella. Austin.
Chat, this
show.
isn't just rot, chat. This is brain rot, brain parasite.
What is
Chat,
this? Who the fuck
chat,
asked for
this
Hasan
is-
Piker
this is-
foreskin
Chat,
restoration?
this is mind infiltration level.
True. He's
of
right.
Fucking rot. Are you kidding me?
God, hold on,
This
pause.
guy's just farming.
There's one person who's more cringe than this Luigi guy right now, and it's that loser Adams, the mayor in New York, who did the perp walk with him, and he's like, I had to look him right in the eye.
Yeah,
just
he's
to
got to
let
do
him
what he's
know."
got to do to stay out of jail, though.
He's already. God, I hate that guy. Luigi should.
You know what his only
They
hope
should put
is?
him and a Luigi in a cage match, and then whoever emerges.
Wait, is Adams?
half the sentence?
Is he still the mayor right now?
Isn't he?
Okay, you know what he needs to do? You already know the answer. Do you know how he stays in power?
Beats up Luigi.
No.
One-on-one cage match.
The answer is so obvious. How does he
Turns
keep
Republican and rapes a woman.
close?
Turns Republican and gets nominated for cabinet.
Turns Republican and becomes Trump's biggest fan in the entire world.
Okay, close enough.
He's got to do the Dr. Disrespect. That's how you do it. That's how you know. xQc highlights Hasan's hypocrisy as a class traitor.
Is a literal slave of public opinion and most common take on the internet. He has to abide by what the people say
Yep.
and what the little guy says,
Yep.
and he has to copy and paste their opinion to be accepted because that's his currency. It is literally his method of exchange with the world, and he is stuck by that like a puppet.
True.
And he's gonna act like these are my own views. Let me check on the internet. Okay. Guys, these are my views.
True.
I stand by this, guys. Guys, I'm on your side. I'm the little guy. Guys. Because I'm not a
My
class
life.
traitor.
My life is closer to yours than it is to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, but I work at Twitch is Amazon. Twitch subscribe with Amazon Prime. But guys, the picket fence line at the Amazon. Please. Don't break the union at the Amazon. So evil, Amazon. Amazon, I got you guys. Yo, ads, how many? 5 minutes? Yo, we're doing 5 today. If I miss it. Guys, watch some ads from Amazon. Oh, money from Amazon? Amazon Prime? Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Somebody needs to make a. Yeah, go down. This is a real picture. No, it's not.
I've said this a few times when I did my very much. Hasan, he wears clothing for grandmothers. You know this, right? Like
It's really cringe.
You're not going to stop seeing it now. Like every time he wears an outfit, it's literally something from Goodwill that like a 95-year-old woman would sport. All of it. Unless it's like one of his like branded t-shirts, all of them are grandma clothing. It's really weird. Like even the glasses. I don't understand it. Because it's not like you could look way better.
It's like God, fuck. I went to a high school, like a prep school, and I don't know what it is about prep kids. I think this is like a universal preppy experience. The things that like prepsters love more than anything else are
Sorry, you said the thing. Anything else?
Cringe. Like old like bookstores that have like cats around them, and then like thrifting for like clothes.
I used to do the Goodwill stuff. It's kind of fun.
Okay, maybe you were a prepster then. There you go.
Like you can get like some, I mean, granted this was like 20 years ago, but like, you know, like cool t-shirts, like vintage. That's how you would actually get vintage t-shirts before like the days of eBay. I mean, I guess eBay was kind of around at that point, but that's like, you would go there and I don't know,
I don't know. These people just loved it. They would come out of like Goodwill with like bags and bags full of shit, and they're just like, "Oh, I thrifted all this cool shit," and blah blah blah. It was just like, I don't know.
It's kind of weird. Apparently, like Goodwill is not like a good company or something.
Why? It's literally has good right in the name. Are you stupid?
I don't know, but it's like when you give them clothing, it's like you're not actually giving them clothing or something, or like.
Oh my god! I bet it's tax write-offs for billionaires.
No, it's
a write-off. Yesterday, I saw a homeless dude and I gave him $20 and I wrote it off my taxes. I just do it for write-offs.
I'm jaded now. The other part is the like the Locks for Love or something is apparently like not a good company.
They also do those for write-offs too. The hair.
I don't know why you keep saying write-offs. I'm not saying write-offs.
Because you do write-offs. It's like
but you have to make money.
So? No, you don't. How much money does hair cost?
No, the write-offs, they're not very good if you don't have any income to offset.
Yeah, well, you don't ever have any income because you write it all off with locks of hair. I have heard something about locks because my high school girlfriend, so this was, oh, Jesus. Oh, why does it feel weird to say this? 20 years ago, yeah?
Yeah, it does feel. On my car, I just got a new car, and the plates say antique on it. I'm like,
true.
Hold up.
And they're like 2007.
I'm like, wait a second. Okay, I had this car when I was a kid. This is not an antique. That's like a Model T. Chill out.
But I feel like when her and a bunch of friends at their school, they shaved their heads but they said that they couldn't do Lux of Love because that was like a bad organization.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. They probably like
make money.
It's trafficked a girl or something. Who
no,
knows?
it's probably like you give them the hair and like their whole thing is like, hey, give us hair and we're gonna like donate to save cancer patients or something. But then it turns out that like that's like 10% of their revenue goes to cancer patients. 90% goes towards executive compensation.
And this is why I think that healthcare companies are so based and moral and ethical because 80% of their premiums are paid out for healthcare coverage and only 20% go to
not even 20%. I think 6%.
Like 18.
6 was the gross profit.
That was profit, but I'm saying to all the administrative costs.
Oh, right.
It's like 18 to 20%. Just amazing.
It's like just
every day I'm
barely surviving.
You want to know some mindfucky shit?
Tell me.
And I'm going to have to mute the stream. That every time you go in and you read posts about people complaining about healthcare shit, it's like, I hate Americans. I hate this fucking country. It's just like the most entitled people ever that are getting like the best experiences ever, but they're still finding ways to complain about it. There was a thread that I read a couple days ago. I read it on a stream, and this guy was like, America is insane. My wife needs like a cancer treatment, or like I need like a cancer treatment. I have a rare disease and it's going to cost me like $200,000.
Yeah.
And everybody in the thread is like, oh shit, like can we help or whatever? And he's like, no. I've got really good insurance that'll probably cover all of it. And whatever it doesn't cover, the VA says they'll cover the rest. But I'm just saying, how crazy is this in America? I'm like, and it like every thread is like that. Some guy, so people got mad at me because I said, calling an ambulance every time you're having a panic attack is, in my opinion, it's ridiculous. But apparently a lot of people disagree. And some guy in my Reddit thread, or some guy in my subreddit, to show me up, he was like, this is how wrong Destiny is. And this motherfucker posts a Reddit image. In 1 year, he called an ambulance 6 times for panic attacks.
Really?
Like,
the only time I think that could be acceptable is if you also have a history of heart attacks.
I get, or like the first time you have a panic attack, maybe.
First time.
But this guy, like, I think it was 1 year, 6 times. This motherfucker calls an ambulance. Like,
damn.
What, bro? Are you okay?
I wonder if he works for like a big company or a small company. Because if you work for like Joe's Muffler Shop that has like 30 employees, like that healthcare costs, it's not like their rates will go up when you do that. 100% they will.
Oh, because it's a small enough employment plan, maybe.
Yeah, like if there's only 30 people on that, unless they're covered by a larger, like, Acme, whatever.
Like part of a bigger pool, yeah.
Yeah, like that shit, like everyone when you do that. It's not free money. It's only when it's so large, like, oh, it's at the University of fucking Texas that like, oh, okay, like you can go as crazy as you want because there's a million people here and it's never going to make a dent.
Can't you have like a small heart attack and be okay? Do you even need an ambulance for every heart attack?
I think it's probably a good idea.
Can't you you go to, I feel like I've read stories where somebody goes to the doctor and the doctor's like, oh shit, like 2 weeks ago, it looks like you had a heart attack. And the guy's like, oh shit. You're like, fine, Do you really need an ambulance for every heart attack?
Well, they do shit, right? Don't they give you, what is it, like statin or something like that?
Aspirin, thin it out a little.
I think so if you had a history of heart attacks and then you had a really stressful life, I think it would be you might have to just call them over and over again. That would be acceptable. But if you're just having panic attacks and you've never had a heart attack.
How many people with panic attacks do you think die of heart attacks? Like imagine you're sitting here and you're like, oh, they're panic attack. And you start popping Xannies and you're like, man, this is a really bad panic attack. And then you die.
Like, oh no, not good. Have you ever had one? A panic attack, like a real one?
Yeah, I had a year where I had like probably a dozen of them.
I think I've had like 4. And damn, that shit is no fucking joke. It's because it's out of fucking nowhere. Like you're just sitting there and you don't know what the fuck is going on? To me, it felt like I had like ginger ale or like, I don't know why I'm saying ginger ale, like sparkling water, like all over my head. And all of a sudden I had the feeling like, that's it. I'm cooked. I'm done. Like I can't escape. Like I've jumped out the window and now I'm done. And for my whole body felt like I just jumped out the window and I couldn't get rid of the feeling. And it was like super that just having that entire physical feeling. Like imagine how you would feel if you just jumped out of a window. You would be feeling super not pleased at that moment. And your whole body feels like that. My heart was palpitating. I was sweating. Felt like I had hyper. Like, man, what a fucking not good time. That whole shit. It's not good.
Not good.
My shoes were on. Yes. Okay. Anyways, real picture of Hasan. All right. Republican death spiral. Oh my God. Elon,
yeah. Are they death spiraling now?
What
I'm sure
the-
now they finally are. This is the one, guys.
Elon makes a power grab.
Oh, because I think Elon said that they shouldn't pass the spending bill, and for some reason, bro, my mom, I gotta she's still got some brain power. I gotta throw her into these debates because she's just the master debater. But I guess all of them are like that. So I asked her. So I was there this morning with Nathan, and I was like, "Mom, what do you think about this Elon Musk guy?" And she's like, "Well, I think it's probably fine." I'm like, "Don't you think it's kind of like a conflict of interest?" And she's like, "Well, no, because President Trump is the one that's getting the advice, and it's good to have a guy that give advice." And I'm like, "Don't you think there's could you get represent his business instead?" She's like, "I think President Trump is smart enough to know there's probably things he wouldn't take his advice on." And I'm like, "But don't you think that it could be like a conflict of interest?" And she's like, "Well, everybody has a conflict of interest, Stevie. Like everybody." And I'm like,
Yeah. Your mom. Let me ask you: is it have Democrats inadvertently, by calling President Elon, have they inadvertently found the way to do whatever change they want in the government by doing something like that? Like that was very quick. I feel like that's a huge.
What was quick?
It's been a very effective strategy to call Elon the shadow president, to be like, he matters. Trump is a fucking old demented retard.
I mean, it's lasted for a week. We'll see where we're at 2 weeks from now.
I feel like it's a really strong strategy.
Yeah, they thought the same about calling Republicans weird, and that lasted for all of a few weeks.
I think calling Republicans weird
That triggered the out of them. They were hella triggered over it. Who knows why though? But yeah. But he also calls himself that too. So who the knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Trump's not going to like the idea that someone else is claiming credit for all the shit he does. He seems super I did this. And if people are like, you didn't do that, Elon didn't do that, I feel like you can intentionally cause a rift there and make Elon cuck himself super hard as a result. Also, Elon wants China to take over Taiwan, right?
For why?
Because I think he makes his cars in China.
Does he?
I think so.
Like the microprocessors?
I think their whole ass
There's
car
a big
factories.
difference between he imports the frame or some bullshit.
No, I think he has whole ass car factories in China. I thought
the car factories were here in the U.S.
Some of them are.
I thought the biggest ones were. I thought that was the whole I thought that was one of the
I think we got that battery factory in
No, I thought
Nevada.
one of the biggest things, one of the biggest accomplishments of Tesla were the mega factories that people give him credit for, is that he actually legitimately had really cool, huge factories built in the U.S. for assembly for cars or whatever. Somebody said he has the biggest Tesla factories in China.
Again, what's that? We need a rule. We should call it by a chatter. You know how they have Occam's razor? We need who could it be? Who's a good name of a chatter?
AE Studio. He has a gigafactory in Shanghai funded by the Chinese government on par with the one in Austin. Oh, well, okay, there you go. So why is Trump making jokes about Mexico and Canada should be the next states?
I don't know. He really wants Greenland too.
It just doesn't make any sense. The Democrats would like that, right?
To have which one states?
Somebody just needs to to have any other state that would be voting Democrat. Somebody just needs to convince them Puerto Rico is not a U.S. state and make that the 51st state. Do you think he could do that accidentally?
No, because I think there's enough people around him that'll stop him. Yeah, Kodali is another one. Yeah, there's a few of them. He's I don't know. Why does he want Greenland so much? What's the strategic?
I legitimately have no... Why did you say strategic? That's at all what he's thinking about.
There has to be a reason he wants it.
Probably because he played Risk and he got raped because he kept losing Greenland. And now he's we should have this as the U.S. or something.
Is there any value in that? Because it's not as big as
Isn't
it
it
looks on the
giant
map.
block of ice?
Yeah,
is there anything there?
People see, Mercator projection. They see this and they're like, yo, let me get that shit. God damn. This is what they see, right? But then when you look at
the lobe projection.
the globe, Okay. Look how bitch made that is. Okay.
You just gotta drag it. I'm sorry. No, click the arrows on
No.
it to go to the other.
No. We go here.
Yeah,
to a site that I don't know. I guarantee you, I can't guarantee you. I think this site will shut down soon. Google is a master of shutting down websites. Good amount. You know that dude apparently is like actually winning. Their new president or whatever.
What do you mean winning?
Like everyone thought this motherfucker was insane with the crazy shit he was doing, but he actually like he's doing it. He's literally doing it. Like he was the guy who was like,
Why does that make you winning?
because everyone thought he was gonna like destroy the country.
Is the country being destroyed?
Well, it was before. Javier Milei.
Yeah, look it up.
He was when he took office, he was just like, guess what, retards, you're gonna lose everything, but then it'll get better. And everyone's like, okay. And
Is it getting better?
yeah,
By what metric?
I don't know, some metric. Look at him. This is the guy. He has a chainsaw, by the way.
Wait, he looks like
Face blind. Inflation. That's what they're trying to get down. Yeah. Look right here. How Javier Milei pulled Argentina. Oh, can we trust this news? What do you think? There is a lot of Jews in Argentina. I'm not sure why.
went to look for Hitler.
Yeah. You can't be accused of flattery or hiding the facts. Exactly 1 year ago, he became the Poggers bro and delivered his address. There is no money, he said. We're broke, retards, he said. There is no alternative, and there is nothing we can do. You guys are cooked. So I think what they did is they went to the US dollar, actually, which is pretty crazy to say we're not going to be able to print our own currency anymore. Grappling with a monthly inflation of 12%, 13%. The government was printing money at an insane pace. Poverty, 42%. Since entering the pink house, Milei has taken drastic steps, fired 30,000 people, closed 13 government ministries, cutting 13% of the expenditures, reduced tax on foreign investments, and eliminated funding for something, anti-poverty organizations, and privatizing state-owned enterprises. Unsurprisingly, these measures caused poverty rates to soar from 42 to 53% within 6 months. Pension took a hit, wages fell, and Argentina economy contracted for 3 quarters. This week, however, it worked. This crazy son of a bitch, he did it. Argentina recorded its first positive economic growth in years, 4%. Inflation dropped to 2.4% monthly. Well, still alarming by Israeli standards. But anyway, this fucking did it. He took them out of the meme, and he's winning, apparently. That's it. And when is this from? It may be better. Nope, this is from yesterday. Never mind. Yeah.
Huh.
That's it. Kind of crazy.
I respect it. I respect that statement he made. I don't think you can make that in America and survive, where you're like, the last sentence of that, where he's like, yeah, it's going to suck for a little bit. Get used to it, and then we'll get over it.
Yeah.
But I have no idea if it's good or bad. Or
I think that would be a really interesting guy for you. That whole thing, I know you have your own shit going on in the U.S. and everything. I'd be interested to know how that happened. Like, how do you elect someone who's like, I'm going to f*** your shit up? And they did
their
it.
shit is super up already.
Yeah.
And if they were having that much inflation, maybe their shit was already up.
But like the fact of what he did, like actually worked, is something that I feel like it would be really interesting to like study, because like he is like a very populist dude. Like the people liked him, but like he did it. He took a country that was like printing money, running out of it, and is now making it so that it's like a real country and they don't have to print their own money. Like that's pretty cool.
People are saying that it's not working at all, though. So
well,
there you go.
Never mind then.
Get by chat.
Orientate
Wait a
myself.
minute.
I thought something could happen simply for my being perceived as Jewish without actually being Jewish. And this provided me with a window into the fear some Jews are experiencing in the streets of Britain and Europe at the moment. It's not normal to be asked if you're a Jew at random and unprovoked. It literally is, dumbass. It is.
Hold on.
We just...
Sorry, I got.
What is he talking about? Wait, at what
you.
point would this ever be an ordinary and normal
Hasan.
question?
Oh my God.
you knew anything about Judaism or...
Well, also, this must be a new. It's either a Muslim or far left, like dog whistle, where you mention Judaism, like it has anything to do with anything. It's got to be like a new dog, because I'm hearing this more and more over the past like few months where people are like, oh, don't you know about like Judaism or whatever? And it's like, no one is talking about this. Judaism has nothing to do with Jewishness or Israel. It's like the least relevant fucking thing ever. But it like comes up in the weirdest ways. Like,
if you knew anything about Judaism, or if you actually had ever been around at least Orthodox Jews, you would know that, yes, this is an interaction that does occur. Okay? Like, what are we talking about? This is the one lady where you're like, don't stay outside. Yeah. Lady, go inside is right. No, you should not touch grass.
these are the same people, by the way, who will say, like, if you ask an Asian person, like, where are you really from? Which I agree is rude, but they'll be like, oh, this person's gonna have like a fucking breakdown on the street and kill themselves.
Sorry, hold on one second.
There has to be like, this clip needs to be cut with like some Schindler's List, and it's like, are you Jewish?
What was the music you would have?
Where do you normally ask this question? I want to know what Hasan, the challenge had been like, Hasan, in which situation in your life have you actually, did he? I'm trying to think. I feel like I remember one situation where somebody asked if somebody was Jewish. And it's when I was at that chicken and waffles place with Nick Fuentes. Did he ask the guy walking by if he was Jewish, or did he just ask me if he thought he was Jewish? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Does anybody remember? Did Nick ask if the guy was Jewish? Or did he ask? Because if so, that's the funniest. That would be the because Hasan references that like maybe he's rewatched that so many fucking times. Hasan thinks it's normal.
Thank God it was a bear.
Glasses aren't that serious. Wear something like this.
What's up?
None. They're just serious.
That's true.
Thank God it was a bear.
Glasses aren't that serious. Wear something like this.
Yeah.
Does he?
I don't have to make it happen. It's like I can have a kid. What's up?
None. They're just serious.
That's true.
Thank God it was a bear.
Glasses aren't that serious. Wear something like this.
Yeah? Are you Jewish by any chance?
Irish, not.
Oh no. He's watched my shit so much. He's like, yeah, isn't that super normal? That's a super normal interaction.
It's not normal to be asked if you're a Jew at random and unprovoked. It literally is, dumbass. It is. We just...
I'm sorry. Just as a heads up, despite having a few Jewish friends, I've never in my life heard somebody say this before. Like, ask me, are you Jewish?
So
that's like a really...
should I give him any help?
No, because you're gonna say like, maybe if it's like some fucking Orthodox dude trying to like convert some like old like other, yeah, like, oh, like, wait,
they do
I haven't seen you in temple, sir. Are you fucking Jewish? You look like you might...
There's the I think they're the Hasidic Jews. What they do is they hang out on the side of the street and they look for people that look super Jewish and go, excuse me, are you Jewish? You Jewish? And then, you know, if you have the mistake of saying yes when you are, they're like, come with me. And then they go and they wrap your shit up. You know, they make you do it. You get all tefillin up, box on your head, the whole thing. Kaceytron streams full movies and loops facecam while sleeping. How do you feel about this?
That's crazy, chat.
Hey, big brother, remind me of your Christmas plans again. You know how I'm going to Colorado with Martin's family and mom and dad are doing that Mediterranean cruise?
I feel like you've lectured me about this already. I don't have any plans. I'm just going to be...
How do you feel about this in general?
What?
Copyrighted content? Streams like maliciously like this, I guess?
Pretty jealous. Must be nice to be on Twitch where they have no content ID and you could just literally fucking blast.
You know, the thing is, though, the staff is aware of this particular issue.
They're aware of all of it.
Yeah.
There's even people like, I don't want to like I'm not trying to...
No, go ahead.
It reminds me of when, oh fuck, who's the guy? Mo. When I called out Mo for... well, I didn't call out Mo, to be clear, but after I got banned for, inexcusably, although he did deserve it, calling that Graves jungle player get on League of Legends. And then I said, because I was the first person to get banned from Twitch for doing that. And then I think my stream pointed out, well, other people say this all the time. And then Mo made that tweet where he's like, this is actually an important word for me. And then Twitch 30-day banned him. But yeah, there are like other people that I don't have any issues with them, but like Will Neff and Nim, like just watched, Nim was like watching the full Harry Potter movies on Twitch. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think these people are like as malicious as like Kaceytron or like Denims, who will just sit there and like AFK stream like full like restream shit. But it is really crazy to me because I think I don't know if Nim has been. I know Will has been hit with at least. I think he's been hit with a couple bans. Has Nim ever been hit with a ban?
I don't think so.
It's crazy that they'll like get banned for it and they just like go back to it. I'm like, Jesus, this is like, you guys are brave, fearless. Fearless.
Okay, so there's a new thing that is not good for Twitch. So Section 230 is what kind of protects all this shit, right? And it's the idea that like, you report it to us, we'll act on it. Until then, what do you want us to do? The issue is that there's been two major events that have happened in California around Section 230. One is it's called the Barnes precedent, and it's it basically says that if a website has rules, okay, and the rules say something like you may not do X, okay, you may not stream copyrighted content on our website. It's against our rules. And then a user, let's say you stream cops, and you get banned from the site. So you would have cause, and this is what the Barnes precedent basically said, is that you can sue Twitch for failing to take action on other people, okay? And this is now a thing that's like completely upending 230, not because of a moderation decision they took or they didn't take, but because you entered into a contract with them and they did not violate, or sorry, they violated the contract by their actions or inactions. So people have completely sidestepped now Section 230 in the 9th District by instead of saying, hey, I'm not coming after you for your moderation decisions. I'm coming after you for what you say you're going to do about your moderation decisions. And it's working.
Wait, I don't understand.
So on Twitch, there's a terms of service say you will not stream copyrighted music or copyrighted content, right? So let's say that someone, or let's say there was a hypothetical rule that said, let me think of something here. Trying to make this more clear.
Or we can just say you're restreaming copyrighted content.
Okay. Basically, it's a contract that you have with a website saying that.
I don't know what you mean when you say contract with a website.
Well, you agree to their terms of service.
Okay, I don't know if there's a contract, but okay.
That is a contract.
Okay.
It's absolutely a contract. Why would you say you don't think that's a contract? You know that's a contract when you agree to the terms of service of a website.
Okay.
Especially as a Twitch partner. You've definitely clicked I agree on the Twitch partner.
Yeah, but your contract is your contract at that point, not like clicking I agree.
Well, you also agree to the terms of service.
End user license agreement or whatever, but
okay.
But okay, go ahead. So
the point, so suing over the decisions that they make for moderation of banning you or not banning you, okay, is something that has failed forever when it comes to 9th District. Well, everywhere else was Section 230. But there was two new precedents that happened this year, Barnes, and then there's another one that's like YOLO versus fucking something else. But anyways, both of them are suing not over the action of moderation, but what they say they're going to do about the moderation.
Well, I don't. What are they saying they're going to do?
Well, at that point, you're not suing for something that's covered by Section 230. I'm suing you because of a contract violation, which is not protected by Section 230.
But if you're not party to the contract, why would you even have standing to sue? For what?
Well, in that case, it would be tortious interference, right? You would say that basically you're allowing this person to do illegal activity, but you busted me for doing it. So, you've interfered with my relationship with my customers on Twitch.
Wait, who's suing who at this point?
That would be someone who got banned for streaming copyrighted content.
Oh, you mean the streamer suing?
Yeah.
Oh. But I don't think. Why would you be able to sue Twitch for banning you? Don't they have like?
You would sue them for banning you because they're not banning other people who are doing the thing, and they're aware of it, and they're not doing it.
There's no shot that that's it.
This is a real rule now. This is like this is done. This is set.
What's the name of this thing?
It's called the Barnes precedent. I'll send it to you. Barnes versus Yahoo, and then sorry, no, that blows up the Barnes precedent. I'm fucking here. I'm gonna send you the link to this thing. Fucking.
What's the name of the case?
Well, I'm sending you the thing that's nice, digestible. There you go. Fuck me. No, Bride versus YOLO. Fuck, not the Barnes precedent. I was losing my fucking shit. We can pull this up on stream. This is a law blog. Control Z, Control C. And there's another one too. AE Studios. Here we go. Click. Visit website. So there's this one right here. All right. So the jenging of Section 230 continues in the Ninth Circuit. This time, the court blows up the Barnes precedent, which created a promissory estoppel bypass to Section 230 and says a claim based on pretty much any site disclosure. For instance, We do not tolerate hate on Twitch or anti-Semitism at any time. So saying something like that, saying pretty much any site disclosure, you can get around Section 230 by lowering what counts as a promise that 230 doesn't apply to. The court has ensured that virtually any plaintiff can easily bypass Section 230. How so? Instead of suing the defendant on content moderation decisions, plaintiffs can sue on what the defendant said about their content moderation decisions. This will be trivially easy because plaintiffs can always find some site disclosure they think should have applied, as illustrated by this case, where the plaintiffs appear to be overinterpreting YOLO's site disclosures, thus suing based on content moderation decisions versus what the site said about, what the site said about its content moderation decisions is a distinction without a difference, and that opens up the litigation floodgates. And then there's a meme here with the holding out two pieces of paper, suing over content moderation decisions, suing over what the defendant says about its content moderation decisions. Corporate needs to have you find the difference between these two photos. And here's Pam saying they're the same picture. Even worse, to reach this conclusion, the court had to mangle the Barnes precedent by overassuming what promises satisfy its standards. Disregard a part of the recent Khalees versus Facebook case where Section 230 preempted a promise-based false advertising claim, and disregard California state courts which have repeatedly held that Section 230 applies to contract breach claims. Other than that, this ruling was completely consistent with the precedent. On the plus side, the court did reject the plaintiff's negligent design claims per Section 230, reiterating that Lemon versus Snap isn't a free pass around Section 230. By the way, Lemon versus Snap is a very interesting case. I think I may have talked to you about that one.
Oh, I'm very familiar.
That's the one where
the poll for the thing.
The Lemon family sued Snapchat because their kids fucking died because they were trying to hit 100 miles an hour on the speed filter when they were taking a photo. The Snapchat tried to say this is Section 230. You can't, do whatever because of user-generated content. And the court was like, fuck you, we can. And they did. And that was that. So anyways, that's that. And then there was another one, maybe after this one. I have to find it. There was another case too. So there's been two this year that have done it. This is not the only one. There was another one too. You know what else happened? Omegle. The reason Omegle shut down, AM versus Omegle, was because Omegle, which should have been able to claim Section 230, saying, "Listen, crazy shit happens on this website. What do you want me to say?" What happened was that the court found that there was a product liability, a product design flaw. Just like if I bought a fucking motorcycle that exploded and I did that, I would have a right to sue you for creating an exploding motorcycle. The court found that because the product created a environment that was unsafe, like hatred, or in this case, child predators, because of that, Section 230 didn't apply. The product itself was broken from the start. So there you go.
I don't know about this one. I feel like
well, the good thing is you don't have to know because it's already done and over. And
well, it's not done and over. It's
done and over.
It's for the Ninth Circuit. It could still get appealed, but I don't know. It seems. I don't know. Maybe it'll go to the Supreme Court and we'll see.
I mean, there's a lot of them now. There's Snapchat Lemon. There's AM Omegle.
Wait, aren't those all suits that are currently under litigation?
No, those are done.
The Lemon one is completely over?
It's cooked.
What was the outcome?
AM versus Omegle didn't go to appeals.
No. What was the outcome of the Lemon case?
Well, Snapchat lost through appeals.
Lemon versus what?
2 M's. Snap.
Versus AM or Snapchat?
Snap. AM is Omegle.
Keep going. What's the next thing?
Okay. And this is a very old thing here. How serious is Justin TV about fighting live broadcasting piracy? And the answer is they're not. You remember when this was the homepage of Justin TV? When it looked like this?
Maybe a
Forget the red
ago.
thing.
Yeah.
The ads obviously aren't here on the left. But it was nothing. When you went to Justin TV back in the day, it was nothing but fucking Simpsons and South Park and I guess Frasier for some reason and The Office. That was it. That was the homepage. And they just rely on Section 230. But the thing is, if you fucking know this shit's going on, it's not good. This is crazy. it's crazy shit. Be able to just,
Yeah, without appealing to any weird new decisions, my biggest worry would be that if you ban the same person for an infringement over and over and over and over again, like at some point, I would imagine that the site would be seen as operating in bad faith.
yeah.
That like if you have a person who does like for instance, if there was a copyright violation and I banned a user for 30 minutes on the site and they came back and did it again, and I could show that I had banned this user like 50 times in a month, I feel like you'd be in big trouble. But
So that's an interesting case for Twitch, because I guarantee you there's probably internal messaging showing that they're aware of Nim doing his weekend movie night things. They're aware of Kaceytron doing her streams of movie content, right? So if you know about this type of stuff, you know that it's not authorized. At that point, you know that's how Mega Upload got nuked to a certain extent. Mega Upload
I imagine you can't take preemptive action on it. Somebody would have to file a claim, right?
Well, no. That's what Mega Upload to a certain extent, because Kim.com and his fucking dipshit founders that he had it there were like, oh, dude, sick. The new Dark Knight or whatever the fuck it is got uploaded. Let's keep this one
but
up.
how do you know that Casey doesn't have like a license to restream it or whatever?
I think that would be something that would go to the court, and you would be like, would a reasonable person assume that Kaceytron has full distribution rights for North America, for worldwide redistribution rights for every
You would just assume that? Or not assume that? I feel like for Section 230 stuff, you don't generally take preemptive action because,
you don't. But when your staff, when it becomes apparent and obvious, at that point it does cross into another level of danger, basically. So if you think that Twitch staff members have wrote internal messages about how Kaceytron is broadcasting TV shows and movies 24/7, whatever it is, then they're probably fucked, because that crosses the threshold, just the way that Mega Upload crossed the threshold when those internal messages from Kim.com to whatever being like, oh, this is sick, this new movie just got put out, like that crossed the threshold, and then that made them contributory liable for copyright infringement as a result of it, when you know that something isn't like that.
Yeah, maybe, especially if the person's already been reported for it. I feel like you'd have a hard time, but
yeah, and I'm sure that people have emailed in about Kaceytron streaming that stuff to legal. I'm sure that has absolutely
there's got to be
happened.
some reason why they allow it to. Well, actually, never mind. I don't know, because it's Twitch. Who knows?
Yeah,
because it's weird that I don't know. It just seems like an obvious no-brainer. Like, why would you ever invite this? But I mean, there's a lot of.
By the way, I didn't get to put this out from our last movie chat that we had. The last movie chat we had, I said that Colin Farrell is like one of the best actors of our time. I want to throw in one other dude. Is the Pedro, the Mandalorian guy? Pedro, what's his face?
Oh, you're throwing that in now because the guy that was here last time said that he's super overrated. Nice.
No,
coward. You're a coward.
What's his last name? Pedro
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
You're a coward.
Who else do you think is like a fucking... Who's our legend besides Colin Farrell and that guy for today? The Daniel Day-Lewis of our time.
Fuck. There's actually just a movie I watched with an actor who's really good, and now I forgot him.
What's the movie?
If I remember the movie, I would remember the guy.
What was the movie about?
I don't even remember. I've watched a lot of movies lately. Wait, have you ever seen the Falling Down movie? With the guy that goes postal?
Yes. Yes, I've seen it.
I thought that was a bad movie.
He goes to the McDonald's or whatever. Yeah.
It was a bad movie.
I don't remember enough to say it was bad.
I've seen the clips of the movie, and I thought the point of the movie was supposed to be like an everyman like
loses his fucking
crazy.
shit.
Yeah, and I've seen all the clips. And I'm like, that's probably a really funny movie.
Is that funny? No, it was like him supposed to like lose his shit.
Well, but it's funny in like a satirical way.
Yeah, sure.
It's funny that I dream about going into places. I don't want to Max Carson myself, but like going into places and like give me a fucking whatever, right? Yeah. But by the end of the movie, the guy is actually he's insane, and his like family is hating him because he's like harassed and stalked them for years. And he's just like an evil person. I was like, wait a second. I thought I was supposed to identify with this guy.
Yeah.
It's like not good.
No, not good.
Not good. Anyway.
All right. Special teaser. Happy Gilmore 2. How do you feel about this before you even press play?
Not good. I have no idea how you make a Happy Gilmore 2.
How did the last one end?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I feel like he win the golf tournament and retire or some bullshit? Or does he still play? I don't remember.
Happy Gilmore ending. On the 18th and hole, okay. So he lost at the end.
Did he? Oh, shit.
Gilmore. Make you happy.
Okay. Well.
There's more. Nope, there isn't more.
Oh, no, it's a Netflix movie. Oh God, I read a whole ass thing on this.
On what?
There's a look. There's like this very weird. Oh my God.
Give it to me.
There's this horrible thing of like, you know how like today when you design for mobile, back in the day you would make things to work on like 2 or 3 browsers and like Windows, and that's it. And fuck Mac kids, and who cares about anything else?
Sure.
And now you have to make sure that you're compatible with like 400 resolutions and all the different. But I mean, they're like frameworks that you work in that hopefully do it for you or whatever. But
Yeah.
for Netflix, the reason why Netflix movies and series, they have like a look about them. It's very strange.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm ready to learn.
Oh, they look. There's like a look to them where you're like, oh, that's a Netflix. It looks a certain way.
I don't know this.
Netflix has like a whole thing that's posted about like, here are the cameras you're allowed to use and like the settings or whatever, so that you have like this consistent user experience so that people can watch on their phones and it's like enough contrast or whatever. And it's why like all the Netflix shows have like a certain appearance to them.
Oh.
That's like kind of, I don't want to say cheap, but like it
I feel
limits.
like if I learn this, it's going to ruin movies for me. There's that type of thing like when you, like, you know, I regret.
Well, it's not like so horrible and like, oh God, it's never.
I know, but I wish I never knew about the Wilhelm scream.
Oh, but that's just cringe and lame and stupid.
Yeah, I understand, but I wish that nobody ever told me about it in the first place. Because now I hear it and I'm not pleased. And it takes me out of the moment. I wish I just never knew in the first place.
Well, because it's not even good. Like, there's no point in it.
It's fine.
literally-
It's a fine scream. It's fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when people put it in, it's like, oh, let me, like, suck. Well, like, if it was just in, like, comedy movies, I'd be okay. But, in serious movies, I'll stick it in. It's like, what's the point?
Because it's just a stock scream.
Yeah, I know. No. It's not just a stock scream. It's a joke that, like, the sound people, they, like, put in as a joke.
You think?
Yes, I know, 100%. It's a joke. But it's, like, fucking stupid because you're watching, like, serious movies and they have it in as but it's like a joke. So why the fuck is this in here?
So you think that they should just retire the Wilhelm scream?
I just don't think it should be in, like, serious movies. It's just weird.
Comedies only.
Yeah, or, yeah.
Because it's too public of what it is now.
Yeah, because you know that it's just stupid. God, the Dune 2 movie is pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it fucking was.
Dune is so bad.
No, Dune was okay.
Dune was so bad. Dune 2 was good. Oh, but I will say.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, because I'm on the clip machine, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to ban this shit from my fucking phone.
Oh, that must be nice.
What?
Banning people.
No, banning like shorts and clips and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice
I shouldn't
also.
watch. Yeah, you can do that on your phone. That guy in Dune 2 should never. I'm so sorry, but
Paul
he can't.
Atreides?
No. The other guy can never be allowed to act in anything because I can't unsee him as like the joke actor that he is.
Which one?
How do I even do his voice? You gotta know. No, I can't even do it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have.
You should know exactly what I'm talking about.
The fucking
Christopher Walken. I cannot unsee. Like, look him up in Dune 2.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
I
like,
understand.
oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, I know. Why did they do that?
I don't know, but look him up. Bring up one clip. It's just like, it's so obvious. It's like, okay, I can't. I just can't. I can't. It's too much.
I'm going to be around the planets, but
YouTube him. Look at one clip. Just clip Dune 2, Christopher Walken. It's like so much like, I just can't with this guy. He's a good actor. I'm not saying he's bad. He's very much him, and it's just not.
He's a madman. Mad or criminal?
Mad? Just that one word. Play it again.
Mad or criminal?
Mad. That guy, he did a good job. And so did his dad dude. He did a good job. Walken did not need to be in this movie.
Hey, speaking of which, did you know that there's like almost another hour of this podcast that you're not going to see on this YouTube video? If you want to get the full thing, you have to be a Patreon subscriber, which you can do at patreon.com/anything else. You also have very cool things that you get in there, like being able to be on the live show viewer call-ins, suggesting the topics, and like behind the scenes footage. There's some really good stuff there. So yeah, check it out.
Some more Patreon exclusive footage. And here is my neighbor's cat ready to get into a fight to the death.
Oh no.
With Lycan's dog. He's a big pussy though. He's just smelling.
You chill.